Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Um, so wasn't sure how to present this one, but this morning I saw the information change again, and before it completely changes, I figured I better document this for anybody that might be interested. This might run a little longer because I'm going to have to do a little explaining on this, and some of you will probably know what I'm talking about. So when I was in college, I went to college when I was in my 30s, all right, like 33 or 32 or something. I had sustained an injury that put me on the shelf from work for a while, and I decided to go to college to try to do business entrepreneurship to sell my chess game, which I sold some, but things happened and I ended up leaving college, although I was doing very well. And one of my classes was a speech class, and there was a speech, and we had topics to choose from, topics on a list. And because of, if you watch my previous videos, you'll know that as a kid I was really into space and the moon and the stars and anything up there. So I chose, one of the topics was the moon landing, and I chose the moon landing because I was always fascinated with the moon landing, and I had a chance to do some more research on it. And so I chose it. And when I began doing my research, and it's important to note that I had to have something like 5 to 7 sources for a 6 to 8 minute speech. So I got NASA, of course, as one would expect, but then I had to find other sources besides NASA. And the more I looked into it, the more hard it was, not easy to find other sources with different information. And I found that to be odd. And when I found different information, it was comically obvious that what I was researching was a moon landing that at least was fake from my perspective, from the information I was finding. So I wanted to change topics, and I just got told to go ahead and flop my topic and say, well, now the moon landing was a hoax. So, at the risk of making people think I'm whatever people may think I am, yeah, come at me with the attacks. I get it, but no, I don't think we went to the moon in 1969. I think it's completely asinine after seeing the information that I saw to have to do my speech. So I changed my topic and I went ahead and did my speech. And one of my sources was a French physicist named Ralph Rene, right? And I had documentation to what university he went to, and I had to provide all this stuff, all right? This wasn't like, oh, you just make up things. This was scrutinized because, and I got an A, by the way, on the speech. So any source I would have given that was wrong, that if I would have done this, I definitely wouldn't have passed my speech. I wouldn't have got an A. And so this guy was a French physicist with degrees and documentations and all this other stuff, and he was one of my sources of the things he said. That, anyway, the point isn't what he said, the point is his degrees. So about a year ago, when this Mandela Effect thing happened, I decided to look into my, when I noticed the Mandela Effect. It was over a year ago now, probably going on 2 years ago now, but I decided to look into these things I found in college and make sure everything was still on point, because me and my cousin were debating the whole subject. And I found that this once French physicist at that point was now was then a self-taught American, or an American-born conspiracy theorist and self-taught physicist and publisher. Okay, so that was different. And I found that comical because he still said all the same things that he said before, except now he didn't have degrees. And by the way, he was still alive. Okay. Well, today I was looking. I've been keeping track of it to see if it changed again, and it did. This morning it said that he died in 2008, which would have meant he should have been dead when I was looking this stuff up. Well, 2 years ago ish, but he wasn't. And now he is. And now it just says that he's a publisher, inventor. And it said inventor before, too, by the way. I just forgot to mention it. Publisher, inventor, American born still, which, oh, that's a weird one. Conspiracy theorist. And now a self professed physics expert. That's different. It's like his credentials are just choop, 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 choop. And it's a weird thing. It's just this one guy that I can tell so far, but he now he's born in a different country, and he's he doesn't have his degrees and all sorts of weird things. He died years earlier apparently. So that I'm going to leave it at that pretty much. Some of you may remember this, some of you may have done your own research. And if you had, I mean, then you'll know what I'm talking about here. But this is basically an entire guy that is completely different. So, to me, anyways, and probably to my teacher, who certainly wouldn't have passed me if I'd gave her if I'd have professed a French physicist who if she all she had to do was look for 2 seconds to find out was an American-born conspiracy theorist. That would have been a huge red check mark, right? And it was scrutinized. So yeah, guys, that's it. You can, I guess, thumb me up if you remember Ralph Rene being a French physicist with degrees, and you can thumb me right down if you remember that he's always been an American-born conspiracy theorist and self-professed physics expert. I almost can't say it with a straight face, guys, because I did this speech and I had these proofs. I don't anymore. I mean, I turned them in, so what do you do? They're probably, who knows where they're at. But anyway, thanks, guys, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for your subscriptions. Thanks for your participations. Thumbs up, thumbs down. And have a great rest of your day, guys. And my fiance, by the way, will be coming out with a video that she's been wanting to do for a while. Wasn't sure how to present it, but today she's going to go ahead and do it. So look for that, and have a great rest of your day, guys.